Greetings and welcome to the Talk to Me America show, where the world wants to know what you have to say. So call me later. Actually, you're going to call me a different way today. I got a different way to do the show since I don't have a whole lot of preparation. I made it back just in time. Welcome to the show, and I'm LDGddss, your hostess. Thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. I hope you guys had a great week. If I look tired and disheveled, that means I am tired and disheveled. I just got off a 12-hour trip from Alabama with all kinds of stuff happening. In fact, I didn't actually find out what's actually really happening until I got home. I actually got good news on the way here. So, so yes, please forgive me if I'm in a tizzy and loopy and everything else. This was a very long trip. Let's see, almost 24 hours in 3 days. So yeah, driving and stuff. So yeah, I'm a little dizzy. Welcome to the show. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you. What do you know? 5x5 without any problems this time. Thank you, Jesus. I know he's helping me along the way at the moment because, I don't feel like I'm here, but that's okay. Once again, thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. Howdy, howdy. Howdy, Zoot Cooter and Bruin Backhand over there on YouTube. Let's see, we got Pastor Chatelet, of course, my main man on moderation. Thank you for the dollars there. You'll get one of these. Appreciate that, Pastor Chatelet. Loopy Laura isn't always in the best mood. As I say, not to mention the fact when I came home, I was like, uh-oh. Because I found out just when I sat down and started setting all this stuff up. And I'm not sure if I have everything. And of course, I feel terrible and unprepared because I haven't had a chance to look anything up. I saw a few things on the way home, but, got to pay attention to what we're doing, etc. Dead air that I keep telling you about. Oh, you mean my beginning thing? Should I put some music on that, perhaps? Maybe. I don't know what to put there. I've never thought of anything to put there. Maybe I'll come up with some elevator music or something. I don't know. What if we like Loopy Laura? Not in the best mood. Whatever. Put it this way. I'm not worried about it because I know Jesus loves me just the way I am. Loopy Rocker Chip. Yep. $4.99 a minute. That's cool. I'll take that. This trip was expensive. And I have another one actually coming up at the end of April. In fact, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do the show that week either because I'm been summoned to do a gospel concert. So yeah, we're going to be out singing for the folks in the end of April. But I'll let you know when that comes closer. All right, I'll shoot out because I know everybody wants to talk about this, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do tonight. 451 Actual, these are my plugs. 451 Actual, of course, I haven't had a chance to listen to him since Monday, so I miss him, but I'll probably listen to him tomorrow if I'm alive or awake. Of course, Pastor Chatelet, my main moderator, and if you're simulcasting me over there on the pond, hello, everyone in the pond. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here. Red Dawn Radio, DJ Brandrack, has anybody tried to get him back on Odysee yet? Raynoth, the Drunken Rocky, which of course you'll watch after this show. I'm actually glad I made it. Axe Truth, DJ Bass, Kevin's Chaotic Coffee, America Floats. I've added him to the list of folks to go and support. He was nice enough to come and be in the first ever internet protest. In fact, it sounds to me like we're going to have to do another one of those, or two or three, until this thing is over with. We'll talk about that. Like I say, let me get through tonight. 2 minutes to midnight. Magical Trevor, Reverend Rant, some guy from Maine, Rookaroo, Not Me Be, and Town, of course, for their fantastic, wonderful, fantabulous interactive TV guide of purebloods like you and me. Yeah, my brain is on the fritz. I can usually speak faster than that and think faster than that too. Okay. Yes. People are sending me the Trump indictment. In fact, when they found out I was online, I started hearing about that. Like I say, this is the first I'm hearing about it. I did as much research and picked up a few things to stick on here as I possibly could. But what I'm going to do also, too, I'm sure that there's more than this happening. In fact, the good news that I got was one of the things I was going to share with you tonight, and I didn't even have a chance to pull that up. But I will share that with you. Don't forget, support the channel by sharing. Please share, share, share. Tweet me, whatever else like that. We get some people in the Jitsi here in just a minute. I'm going to do a Jitsi call instead of taking one-on-one calls this time, because you're gonna have to help me out. Like I say, I'm not real prepared for this. Just took a 72, or let's see, how long was it? I left Tuesday morning extremely early, and here we are Thursday night. So yeah, 3 days, 12 hours each way driving. So yeah. Oh, wait, okay. Yeah, okay. I promise not to do that again. Maybe. Make him laugh. Anyway, don't forget I got PayPal, Cash App, the coffee thing, memberships, all of that stuff. You know how to do it. Please, main thing is share, share, share. Because in this case, since I'm finding this out, of course, one of my very first thoughts was, it's time for another protest. Let's do it online so they can't trap us into anything. But we'll do another one like that. Like I say, let me get through tonight first, and I'll set it up and plan it and let everybody know, and we can share that and do that too. If you guys like the idea, would you like to do that again? I mean, I wouldn't mind, and we really need to do something if we can. Let's see. Also too, I'm still waiting on clips and stuff like that. I'm sorry, Badass Brad Allen. I was supposed to get with him for commercials and everything, and we were supposed to do something tonight for y'all, but I had I had a family emergency. Had to take my parents out to go and see my uncle. He's actually, in case you guys want to know, he's doing better, but I got to tell you, he's 85 years old. And the one thing that they told us, now when he called on Monday night, when we were at rehearsal over at my dad's house, he sounded awful, awful and out of it, like almost death gurgle, you know what I mean? I don't know if anybody's heard that before, the death rattle or whatever like that. It was really bad. He didn't sound really good. Everyone else was not happy. They were, doubtful about it too. Like I say, when we went there, he felt better and everything like that. But I think also too, you know what happens near that when they see family they haven't seen in a long time, or someone that's extremely important to them. And little backstory: Uncle Billy, I'm supposedly one of his favorite nieces. In fact, I think he is my parents' godfather. And you know how that is. In case anything happened to my parents, he would have taken me in, whatever like that. And so my dad wanted me to surprise him. He, that's why he wanted the trip. He wanted to surprise him with me. So like I say, he feels like he's doing better. The only thing is, they told us, which this is probably going to be the detriment. And of course, like I say, he's 85. They say that his cancer is back, stage 4, supposedly, lung and hip. He had prostate cancer a long time ago. Supposedly it went away, and he's been in the hospital in and out because he's been paralyzed now for about 10 years. So he's in and out of the VA hospital constantly because of that. And they didn't find this out until just now. So anyway, pray for my family. Appreciate it. But we know God's in control as far as that goes, and we got a chance to say goodbye if that's the case. So appreciate that, and all of that. So how could you not be his favorite? Oh, thank you, Sparky. Don't make me blush now. Hey man, what can I tell you? I don't understand that to the point, because I don't spend a lot of time with that side of the family. I haven't actually until I moved here about 10 years ago. No, I didn't know half of them. I would stay with Uncle Billy when I would go up there and visit, but I didn't go up there very often. So maybe that's why I was favored. I didn't bother the shit out of him all the time. Maybe that's That's it. Never asked him for anything, you know. Maybe that's why I'm his favorite. I don't know. Okay, let me see if I've got here. All right, like I say, get me your stingers and all that other stuff, blah, blah, blah. You know that, you guys know the drill. If you've been with me in any amount of time, you know the drill. Okay, so I'm going to now open a Jitsi, and I will share the link with you guys. So anybody, it's going to be an all access. Anybody can get on here. Let me find it. Main reason why I wanted to do it this way, and I'm hoping that this works, because I actually would like people to be able to see me at the same time. It is my show. Where is it? So be patient with me. I'm sorry. Yeah, again, I'm loopy. I'm glad you like that I'm loopy. Yeah. Enable microphone. The microphone is there. It should be there. Okay, let's see if this works. You guys might have to help me out in getting it, if it's not already on there, because I'm using, I set it up in a different way. All right, you guys, here is the Jitsi link. Because we'll talk about this. I'll read this stuff to you. I'll try to share it. You know, we can share and everything like that. Oh, the Cyborg. Cy, how are you doing? Welcome to the show over there on Rumble. I almost forgot about you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. But you've heard me. You've heard what I've been telling me. Blah! You've heard what I've been telling you. I'm doing the best I can. Yes, hiya, Hallie. You tried to call me. Appreciate that, but I'm going to see if we get a conference call going. You can join that if you like. You don't have to have an account or anything like that. Just click on that link and join it, and then talk to me and tell me. You guys are going to help me with the news tonight. Whilst I'm waiting, can y'all still hear me? It told me I didn't have mic access. All right, join me in the Jitsi, anybody. All access. Maybe you can help me plan the next protest. Online protest. Man, it would be so cool if we could get, like, anybody. Tim Pool. They don't even necessarily have to call us. Just say something to just say something to all their members. Steven Crowder. All right, that phone line, the Jitsi line is open. Okay, and I have shared the links. Sorry, I'm at work, don't have access. Okay, I'm sorry about that, Hallie. Keep texting us or whatever it is. Keep commenting. I'll read your comments. For sure. We want to try to include everybody that we can. Whilst I'm waiting, I will read you Trump's response to this indictment. As everybody probably knows, you guys informed me of this, and I appreciate any help I can get with the news tonight and anything we do. But Trump was indicted by the New York State's attorney or whatever. Like I say, I'm you guys know what I'm talking about. So, like I say, I had time to try and find a few things, but this is the first thing that came up. And actually, when I first pulled up Twitter, I don't even think to pull up Twitter at first. I typed it in a search engine somewhere and started looking for articles and things like that. And it's like, wait a minute, I have Twitter. But when I first pulled up Twitter, it wasn't trending. I had to actually go look at a couple of things and then refresh a couple of times. And finally, the Trump indictment, actually, the hashtag Trump indictment came up. And I thought to myself, Anyway, this is a political persecution and election interference at the highest level in history. From the time I came down the golden escalator at Trump Tower, which is a very good tower, and even before I was sworn in as your president of the United States, the radical left Democrats, the enemy of the hardworking men and women of this country, have been engaged in a witch hunt to destroy the Make America Great Again movement. You remember it just like I do. Russia, Russia, Russia. The Mueller hoax. Ukraine, Ukraine, Ukraine. Impeachment hoax 1, impeachment hoax 2. The illegal and unconstitutional Mar-a-Lago raid, and now this. The Democrats have lied, cheated, and stolen in their obsession. And I mean bigly. I can't do Trump. I'm sorry. Get Trump. But now they've done the unthinkable, indicting a completely innocent person in an act of blatant election interference. Never before in our nation's history has this been done. The Democrats have cheated countless times over the decades, including spying on my campaign, but weaponizing our justice system to punish a political opponent who just so happens to be a president of the United States, and by far the leading Republican candidate for president, has never happened before. Ever. Okay. Did anybody get that link? Is anybody coming? Share the link. Share it. Share with everybody. Help me out. Okay. So, yeah, he's right about that. This has never happened. And it's really obvious. It's really obvious. Now, I did find one thing, and these people are... Let's see, what's the other thing I found on Twitter? Did I bookmark it? I might have. Nope. Nope, I didn't bookmark it. Okay, see, there it's not on there again. They're talking about Meghan Markle. Let's see. I bookmarked that. Breaking news. This is CNN. I'm not watching CNN. Fuck those guys. It's here somewhere. I know it's here somewhere. Ron DeSantis actually tweeted something or made a statement about it too, in so much. There it is. Thank you. Florida will not assist in an extradition request, DeSantis statement on Trump indictment. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis issued a statement Thursday evening on the reported indictment of President Trump by a Manhattan grand jury, in the alleged Stormy Daniels hush money probe. Probe? But didn't mention Trump's name. So, we know who he's talking about. DeSantis has been laying the groundwork to challenge Trump for the 2024 GOP presidential nomination, but until recently has been reticent to speak directly about Trump. Bullshit! No, he hasn't. Who said he was? I've never heard him even hint at becoming the next nominee for the president. They've put all of this stuff on us. Even the Gateway Pundit is telling us this now. He has not been preparing for a presidency. Does anybody else believe that? Until the man says, I am running, he is not running. What did she do this time to get attention? I'm sorry. Who were we talking about? Hallie? She who? Who was I? Was I talking about a chick? Sorry. DeSantis' statement was tweeted on his official governor account. He said Florida would not assist in an extradition request. However, with reports Trump will fly to New York next week to turn himself in, that stance is more cheap grandstanding than a principled stance. Okay, so what? The weaponization of the legal system to advance political agenda turns the rule of law on its head. It is un-American. He's right. Meghan Markle. Oh, I have no idea. Do you really want to know? I mentioned her. Oh, okay. That was I was looking at what was trending while I was trying to find these articles that I had seen before, and when I refreshed or when I went back, that was one of the trending things. Meghan Markle is a liar. Yeah. So I don't know what she said. I'll if I get a minute, I'll look at it later. Remind me maybe, because I really don't care what she said. She's a non-essential part of anything that's going on, unless she starts vying for this thing or sticking her nose in this thing, I guess. She's very non-essential when it comes to everything that's going on. In fact, she more than likely will probably be one of the victims of it when push comes to shove. I don't think Meatball DeSantis has a chance at POTUS. Exactly. Well, not only that, like I say, we shouldn't even be talking about it because he hasn't said shit about it. Hey, Coon Dog, Lady Ninja, welcome. DeSantis has said several times he's not running. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Now, I haven't heard it, but that doesn't mean he hasn't said it. Okay, and plus also, too, like I say, I've never heard it come out of his mouth the other way either. They keep the news on it, the news on it, the news on it, the news on it, and it's like, it's not happening, folks. That right there should tell anybody and anybody that's ever listened to this, anything that DeSantis has said, that they're handing us propaganda constantly. Democrats been pushing DeSantis for over a year. He has never stated he would run. In fact, he has said several times he isn't interested. Florida is his concern. Yes, Space Cowboy, exactly it. Exactly it. Trump Tower, which is a very good tower. Yes, limited accent. Benny Johnson. Okay. Nobody wants to join my Jitsi tonight? I might just open up the phone lines in that case. The only other thing I have to talk about is the good news that I saw today. I guess I can talk about the other one. I'll finish reading this. This was his statement. The Soros-backed Manhattan District Attorney has consistently bent the law to downgrade felonies and to excuse criminal misconduct. Yet he is stretching the law to target a political opponent. Florida will not assist in an extradition request given the questionable circumstances at issue with this Soros-backed Manhattan prosecutor and his political agenda. The weaponization of the legal system to advance a political agenda turns the rule of law on its head. Yeah, he's not wrong about that. If this all happens and comes to fruition and everything, and Trump gets arrested, we have officially become a banana republic at that point. Because it's trumped up bullshit. And, pun intended. And it's, I don't know. Like I say, I haven't listened to anybody else, and I'm just finding this out myself. I'm going to have to do more research and more thinking about it too when I'm actually not so punch drunk. I'm trying not to get upset about it because it pisses me off, because they've done everything and anything, and it's not just Trump. They're going after Trump, but it's because of the fact you've heard them all say his supporters. So that means they're coming after us as well. In my opinion, in my humble opinion. But we know it's true. We've seen what's happening. We hear them telling everybody that they, in fact, one thing I did hear just a little snippet of today, something about that Biden actually has succeeded in some kind of executive order for gun control or whatever like that, but he's also mentioned at that point it's up to the Congress and everybody else to do everything else about it, what he wants, but that's the next step. The weapon is on America. The Soros-backed Manhattan District Attorney. Yeah, I read all that hard. Okay. A week and a half ago, DeSantis took a cheap shot at Trump over the Stormy Daniels investigations. I've got real issues to deal with here in the state of Florida. I don't know what goes into paying hush money to a porn star to secure silence over some type of alleged affair. I just can't speak to that. That wasn't a dig. He just couldn't. I was gonna say, why make a comment on something if you don't know? It's okay to say I don't know. Nobody is ever going to be an expert on everything. I can't get onto your phone line. I don't have the phone line open, Hallie. I'm sorry. I actually started a Jitsi chat so I could get some of my members to call in. Now, do I have to call it a protest? Because I had 18 people here for the protest. My PC isn't set up right now for Jitsi. No cam or mic. Okay, yeah, you do have to have at least a microphone. You don't have to have a camera. In fact, in fact, everybody on the protest that I had a couple of weeks ago or a week ago or whatever it was, stayed anonymous. You don't have to. You can even make up a screen name. It doesn't have to be your name. I just do everything with my name because that's my name. Why hide it? Plus, I want people to be able to find me. Okay. Once again, like I say, keep sharing the feed and everything like that. Won't be seeing you next 2 Thursdays because of Passover. Yes, indeed. We don't celebrate that exactly the same way, but indeed, bless you. What did you think of the event in Nashville? Wanted to ask you. Horrible, of course. Typical. of course, the politicization of it, typical. I like I say, I was on this trip. I heard the last I really heard. I think I was able to get some bits and pieces of salty cracker in between conversations and having to pay attention to everything else that was going on around me. What did he say? Let me see. That went right out of my head. Loopy loopy. It seemed like people were more worried about whether or not the news misgendered this person or not. In fact, I think that was actually also too part of Biden's executive order. I know he'd been working on it beforehand, but I'm sure it gave him an excuse. And of course, I hadn't listened to anything he has said or anything anybody else has said either about it. I know that that's their goal when they do these kinds of things, or when these kinds of things happen. Their goal is to try and take the guns and things like that away from the innocent people. Somebody needs to straighten me out on this, though. I've heard two different things as to the cause of that person's death. In fact, I also heard something to the effect that they had a note, an end of life note, or something like that. I also heard that the other side, that organization, if you will, is really pissed off because they made public that person's manifesto, diary, web page, or whatever it was that they had. The main problem that I see that that our side is having is the fact that it's another attack on Christianity. Evidently, this person was very angry. Supposedly, I'm not sure exactly what the deal was as far as that goes, but supposedly that person thought that school, and it's really kind of strange too, because that's an elementary school, and that person was 28 years old. Has that really been bubbling up for that long? Because supposedly that person went there to the the end. Yes, the end of life text to a friend. Okay, hit with a tennis shoe, apparently. What? Who was hit with a tennis shoe? You guys aren't talking about the same thing I am, right? Come on, man. Don't confuse me any more than I am right now. She was clearly going to commit crime until they offed her. Salty Health Nut, welcome to the show. She was stunned, never grew up. Stunted, never grew up. That's the problem with those people. Well, actually, to be honest with you, I'm thinking also too. This is just something I've observed and from some of the things that I hear and read. I'm thinking that they're misdiagnosing some of these people that seem bipolar. Well, of course, we know from things that we've studied, they're misdiagnosing a lot of these people just because the bipolar doesn't make them any money, as far as that goes too. So. MK Ultra stuff. Yeah. Could be. She was clearly going to... Yeah, well, like I say, I haven't looked that far into it. I haven't really had the time. I apologize for that. Of course, like I say, you guys know the deal. There's two different videos in the school with her wearing two different pairs of shoes. Oh, I got it. I got you. Okay. See, yeah, that's a detail. And that's something I probably would have noticed later or would have talked to somebody about throughout this whole point and everything. But I've actually been off the internet, except for Facebook once in a few minutes every here and there, looking at the status as a family, what we were doing and stuff. But other than that, I haven't really been on the internet much. It was a good break, but at the same time, I feel behind. I really do. I feel behind. I wonder if there was two people I have. It might have happened that way to me also too, because of the fact that I haven't had time to get angry about it yet. I'm not going to show my ass online. You know what I mean? But this is unheard of. It's uncool. Nashville school shooter private counseling sessions. Oh, goody. All right. Too good. At least you guys are helping me on the chats here. Let me see if I can get these open without crashing everything else, and I'll read them to you. One is what we're talking about, the Nashville school shooter. Oh, good. It opened up over here. Thank you. Everything's nice and smooth. Thank you. Thank you. Ex-pastor walks back claim that Nashville shooter was having private counseling sessions with school's head pastor, whose daughter died in massacre, says they were influenced by social media. Well, who isn't these days? Audrey Hale opened fire at a private the private Christian Covenant School on Monday, offing 6 people. She shot Hallie Scruggs, 9 years old, and 2 of her classmates during the gun rampage and 3 members of staff. An ex-pastor has now walked back claims that Hale could have been targeting Hallie's father, Pastor Chad Scruggs, after disagreeing with him in a session. Really? Oh my goodness. So this is dumb. This is okay, if that's actually the case. A former pastor of the Covenant School has now walked back his claim that trans shooter Audrey Hale was receiving counseling sessions with the father of one of her victims. Well, that would be a better way to get to him if that was the case. Take out one of his family members or somebody that was extremely close to him, like a child. Haley, 28. That's what I say. 28-year-old going to so this actually explains a little bit of that. Thank you for this. Word is that the school she ended up at wasn't her first choice, but the other school had armed guards. Gee! Isn't that inconvenient? But proves a point that we've been trying to yell and scream at the top of our lungs, that we should be protecting our children just like we protect our frickin' politicians. That's why I said, don't get angry, don't show your ass. Because this is bullshit. This indictment and everything, it's crap. So yeah, you guys can help me plan another protest online. We'll make it even bigger this time. But again, let me get through tonight. Let's see. Haley, 28, opened fire at the private school in Nashville on Monday, killing 3 children and 3 staff members. I understand that they were not counseling, actually, ex-pastor at the school, Jim Bachman told the New York Post. Yeah, so you think maybe he claims one thing and then backs it off. You don't think maybe somebody got to him, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no more, say no more? Bachman originally said Hale was receiving private sessions from the current pastor of the board, Chad Scruggs. His daughter Hallie, 9, was one of the children gunned down in the brutal attack. The police say they still do not have an official motive for the incident. However, these claims have been denied by the Covenant School, with the spokesperson telling DailyMail.com. Okay, so they tell one newspaper one thing and one newspaper another thing. Which is it? Metro Nashville police have never... No, excuse me. My eyesight's going too now. Woo. Metro Nashville police have been clear that no one was targeted in the shooting, and Pastor Scruggs was not counseling the shooter. Yeah, well, I guess they can say anything that they want. All right, I'm looking at a picture of this person now. Looks like her shoes match. Excuse me, their shoes match. Whatever. But they won't reveal the killer's manifesto. I thought they did already. But of course not. It probably doesn't fit the narrative, and you know how protected these folks are at the moment. Don't you remember? They're being hunted down. They're being lynched. They're being killed in droves. Just saying. The former pastor had said, like I say, they said one thing to one newspaper and another thing to another newspaper. You don't think somebody got to these people and said, oh, no, you can't be saying these things or else. And that's what they do. They threaten your family. It's one of the things I talked about when I first started doing this, and I talk about it occasionally, is that before I started doing this show, I talked to the rest of my family about it and let them know, hey man, this is what I'm planning on doing. Don't be surprised if you possibly might get a contact from somebody or but if you do, you call the police immediately and you call me immediately and you let me know. Because that's unacceptable and I'm not having that. This is still America and I'm going to stand up for it. I don't care what you do or say. or threaten. I'm pretty sure I heard that in 2 different videos about it, but I guess I sound really I sound really what? Oh, you guys are talking to each other again. Don't be a communist. Hit that fire button. And Drunken Rocky, welcome to the show. Don't forget, his show comes on right after mine, and I'm not gonna end it early, but I'm gonna end it as on time as I can, but because I'm sure you can see my eyes are going both ways. Word is that the school she ended up at wasn't her first choice, but the other school. Yeah, exactly. How inconvenient. Oh, Rocky. Let's see. Leaks from her manifesto quote her as saying she was scoping out several other schools, but they were too heavily armed. Gee, imagine that. Exactly. That's Your name is a tongue twister, dude. Zoot Suit Cooter on YouTube. The Sai says some people were saying that the camo pattern on the monster pants changed during the event and the shoes changed. That's odd. Maybe that person's not carrying a backpack or anything like that. Maybe it was underneath what they had on. See if there's a different picture or something. Okay, yeah, Inside Edition. Did Nashville school shooter target pastor's family? But like I say, no matter what, those folks right now are very protected. They're like American Eagles at the moment. So, haven't had the chance to try and confirm that. Yeah. What can I say? But they won't reveal the killer's manifesto. Okay, well, we pretty much are getting the gist. Hail 28 Obama. So, I think one of the reasons, like I say, people were fussing. One of the things I saw was people were fussing about the newscasters. They even yelled at CNN for this, for misgendering this person. I still don't know which was which. I've heard both. I've heard that it was a male transferring to a female, and then I've heard the opposite. Can you guys clarify that for me? Because I'm looking at the picture here of, looks like she's, in 3rd grade. That looks like a little girl to me. And when I'm looking at this person at their most recent picture, it looks like a young woman to me. So, I was under the impression it was male transferring to female. Does anyone know for sure? We listen to you and talk amongst ourselves. Yes, you sure do. Adam, welcome to the show. Grizzy, sorry. Welcome to the show. Why are her young class photos in black and white? Well, let's see. 28. Go back 10 years. Graduated in 2003. So I can't imagine why they would be in black and white. I guess that's one of the choices you could have made back then. I'm not sure. But that looks like that was done back in like the early 90s. Or maybe, wait. My math are off. You guys know my brain's fried at the moment. My math are off. But yeah, it might have just been a choice. It might also have been, you know how the news manipulate this stuff. It's unclear where Pastor Scuggs was at the time of the shooting. They haven't asked him yet. Nobody's tried to get a hold of this man, tried to ask him yet, especially since they're claiming that they went after it might have been a target. Somebody's not doing their job. A family member of Audrey Hale told Daily Mail.com she had heard nothing about the shooter supposedly undergoing counseling sessions with Chad Scruggs, pastor at the Covenant School and father of the victim, Hallie 9. Okay. She's an adult. This person is an adult. Why would they go around divulging information like that? That wouldn't have been any of your business. I don't care how close of a family member you were, if that was the way that person wanted to do that. I don't know anything about that. I haven't heard anything like that, said the relative. Well, maybe not. And what relative? what they say? What kin is this person with her? Them, whatever. Heard nothing about a family member. Yeah. Which family member? Is that somebody that lives across the country? They wouldn't have known that, would they? Very vague information there. So that's why I say it sounds to me like somebody got to these people and are starting to nudge the narrative in a different way. I could be wrong, but this is just what I'm reading here, what I'm looking at. Friends and neighbors at the Scruggs family home said that they were similarly shocked to hear the claims made by the former Covenant pastor, Jim Bachman, in an interview Wednesday night with Inside Edition. Well, what the hell would they have known? Bachman initially speculated that Hale was targeting Scruggs but not Hallie, instead of failing to locate her father on school premises. They have asked for some space. We haven't heard anything about that at all, said a family friend. Why would you? Why would you? How many people are they going to inject into this? I feel like this is all, and in fact, I feel like all these extraneous people that they're asking and talking to and everything like is another distraction. They're talking to people that actually don't know anything about it, but trying to make something out of it. That's ridiculous. I hate journalism these days. Hallie's grandmother, Sharon Scruggs, declined to comment. Well, yeah, you probably asked her that same day. She just lost her grandbaby, for Christ's sake. She probably couldn't get anything out. I know I wouldn't have been able to talk to anybody at that point. Well, how dare you people? Tributes have flooded in for little Hallie, that's good to hear, and for the two other children killed in the shooting, William Kenny and Evelyn. Am I reading this right? Evelyn Dickhouse, both 9 years old. Actually, I did. One of the people that I follow. He's a what the hell is his name? I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. But he posted all of their names. It seemed like there was 3 9-year-olds and 3 60-year-olds. I don't know if anybody else had seen that. He listed people's names and their ages. Salty Health Nut said that this was a biological female. Oh, so this person was trying to turn themselves into a boy. Or transing to a boy. So female to, excuse me, female to male. Okay, thank you. Thank you for clearing that up. That's bad, Dream Demons, but I love it. I am Mrs. Peckerwood. I am the new Good grief. Where'd you find that picture, Space Cowboy? Holy cow. Make shame great again. Open the phone lines so you don't have to talk. Oh, well. That's why I started a Jitsi, so everybody could talk. If they wanted to. Look at those handles, you know. Foggy. Welcome to the show. Female at birth, but more recently claimed male pronouns. Okay. I can understand why women would want to try to be men, especially being taught that men have all the perks and that all. But I'm sorry, you're not going. It's not nice to fool Mother Nature. That's all I can tell you. And with the amount of people that we're hearing now that have all these regrets and having all these problems and everything like that by doing this other thing, to me, that just proves it. Okay? Yeah, Zoot Suit. I'm not going to repeat that. That's it's true, but it's still a dead person. What can I tell you? But yes, I get it and I love it. Franz Trail. What does that mean? Just woke up from my nap, saving my beer for Rocky's gay ass show. Okay, you only having one beer today? That's unusual for beer drinkers. Unless you're just having one for dinner or something like that. I can't understand it. Being a dude would suck. Yeah, I actually appreciate the fact that I don't have to do half the stuff that some guys have to do or are able to do. I love the fact that I've never had to change a fucking tire in my life. I know how. My father taught me because I was always on my own and I've always been pretty independent, but I've never had to, and I appreciate that. I really do. I know how to work on a car too. Well, not the newer ones, but the older cars. I had a muscle car when I was younger and I knew how to work on it, but I never had to. I appreciate that too. And I'm not saying that that's just a dude's job either. All right. If a girl wants to freaking do that, fine, go for it. I'm not gonna judge you, but I sure as hell ain't gonna do it. So I appreciate the men in my life, and actually I have a problem with these women that go around telling everybody kill every man in the planet, because that's my daddy you're talking about. That's my brother you're talking about. That's my husband you're talking about. That's my uncle you're talking about. That's all my aunts' husbands you're talking about. You know, you don't like it so much. You're so unhappy. Go somewhere where there ain't none. There's plenty of communities where there ain't no men. But I'm going to protect mine. I'm telling you. Let's see. Space Cowboy says, I love women. After all, my mom and grandmas are women, and I would never want to be a woman ever. Yeah. we each have our own crosses to bear, if you will, as far as the sexes go. In fact, you heard me when I was talking to Kevin. What on earth would any guy want to be a woman for, with all of the things that we go through? You know, our body changes constantly. Men don't have to worry about that mess, except for maybe their hair. And they actually have cures for that shit. Let's see. American Dream, welcome to the show. Once again, if you're just joining me, if I sound loopy or out of it, I am. I just took a 4-day trip or 3-day trip and drove 24 hours within that. So I'm loopy and out of it, and I can literally feel my eyes separating. That's when I know I'm really tired. So if I look loopy, it's because I am loopy. I don't know who these. Oh, these are pictures of the people that were targeted, I guess. But I was gonna say, I'm actually wondering if there was something to the ages of those folks, or if it was just random. I mean, you know, not everything has to have a meaning, but with the way things go, you just never know. You just never know. And they do kind of sort of tell us everything that they're doing before they do it. And I've been told, in fact, Pastor Shadley has told me on several occasions that a lot of that stuff over there from these people that actually initiate this stuff and do this kind of thing behind the scenes are all about the imagery, or not the imagery, well, imagery, but the I had it on the tip of my brain and now it's gone. Symbols, the symbols. They're all about the symbols and the codes and thing like that. No, coon dog, I haven't been eating shrooms. If you must know, I have I guess you must have just missed it. I just said again why I'm loopy like this and why my eyes are going different directions. It just took a 3-day trip and drove 24 hours of it. So in fact, I am now an hour and a half. No, what time did I get home? I'm now an hour and a half from being home. I spent the half hour before the show getting everything up. I mean, I walked in the door. My husband took care of everything else. I walked in the door with my purse and my phone, set it down, came right in here and started setting everything up. My husband literally is taking care of everything else. So thank you, my love. Let's see. Moment armed police shot dead Nashville school shooter. I don't want to see that. And of course, if I tried to show it, I probably would get kicked off of YouTube anyway. Yes, we are on YouTube. All right. These women have daddy issues. Yeah, well, actually, the daddy issues in most cases is they weren't there. Let's see. Salty Matt Jameson, welcome to the show. Guns don't kill people, mentally ill people do. Yep. And criminals. fact, I can't talk about it now, but I heard the beginnings of a story of some stuff that's going down in a school here that my nephews go to. I'll tell you about it. It's kind of gruesome, but it's also par for the course, and it's something that another thing that we need to pay attention to and fight back against. It does have something to do with sexual harassment, but it's the kids doing it to the kids now. So, but I'll tell you more about that. I only just found out a little bit about it. I couldn't stay and listen to what I was listening to, or else I wouldn't have gotten here. So, but it sounded pretty bad, and it's enough. It's actually enough to have some people pulling their kids out of school. But until I get everything confirmed, I can't really tell you about it yet. Sorry about that, but something to look forward to. Coon Dog, welcome. Thank you so much for the donation. You get one of these. At least I'm remembering that. I've always told myself throughout my life, as long as I can remember to go to the bathroom when I need to, I'll be just fine. Okay. Now, I did see something. I'm actually hoping. One of the things, do you guys got any more about the indictment? You guys got any more, not information, but to say? Of course, we know that it's BS. Oh, I'm sorry. I think it was true. I think it was Super Trucker. You posted something about McCarthy. Would you do that again for me, please? It's gone off of the chat. I saw it, but I didn't pull it up yet. I hadn't pulled it up yet. Bad number 9. Welcome to the show. Don't forget, everybody. Bobby Digital. Welcome to the show. Don't forget, everybody. Please, please, please tweet this out. We still got about another hour to go yet. I'll stick with you as long as I can. Please forgive me if I pass out and I don't know. Somebody, actually, if that happens, get on the Jitsi and start yelling at my husband to come wake me up. He'll hear you. Because I got the speakers on. Actually, I'm kind of glad that there isn't anybody on Jitsi right now because I don't have my headphones in. I forgot that. So, if that happens, I'll fix it. She had autism like many of them. That's a shame. That is a shame. Why does that keep coming back? The QAnon shaman. This is actually the news that I did see and actually did get to look at a whole bunch before I get interrupted again on the way home. Jacob Chansley is released. They got him out. In fact, the original headline that I saw about that was Tucker Carlson secured this guy's release. And of course, QAnon, they keep saying QAnon. He's not they named him that. Normal people do also because some mental morons shooting up the streets. Yeah, that's sometimes you got to do that. That's funny. Limited access. Welcome again, everyone. Please, if I've missed saying hi to you, let me know. If you're on the chats or whatever like that. I know you guys are helping. You guys are actually helping me out quite well. Did Super Trucker go away? Let me see if I can find that tweet from McCarthy. Yeah, see, it's still not trending. Yeah, a lot of lefties on here are screaming to the mountaintops, oh, we finally did it! We finally did it! Of course, Zoot Suit Cooter said from the very beginning on this, let me see if I can find it, this will forever define start that again. This will forever define the failed last-ditch Hail Mary act of unhinged Banana Republic desperation to remove a political opponent. And again, like I say, my first instinct, again, was, if nothing else, try to do another one of those online protests. Because I'm definitely not going to New York. I'm not traveling. I'm not traveling for that because that actually is, I think that, again, this is another one of those things that they're trying to do to bait us into another January 6th, another excuse for them to do another psyop with this January 6th thing. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I suggest don't do it. If you're going to protest online. Call your representatives. Make their phone lines burn off the hook. Email, whatever it is. contact these people, get on the phone lines, get on the emails and everything like that, and call your representatives and say, we are not going to stand for this. If you don't do something, you're voted out. We're, you know, this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Okay. You're there, Super Trucker? Was it you that sent me the link for McCarthy on Twitter or whatever it is? Would you send that to me again, please, if you're listening? I'd like to read that one. I saw it, but I didn't pull it up before it disappeared in the chat. All right, gotta go. Have to clean my desk for Passover. Okay, Holly. I'm not real sure how to address that. Happy Passover, is that good? Happy holiday, happy, just God bless you. And thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Stay safe, and we'll see you when you get back. Let's see. Mostly just giving you crap. Yeah. Yes, not at all. Okay, so anyway, that was, like I say, that was good news and everything, and I was like, oh, yes, that's good. And it's really, now that I find out about this indictment and everything like that, Toadload. Okay, thank you, Toadload. That was you. I'm sorry, I didn't remember. All I knew is somebody posted it for me. But yeah, that right there is really good news. And I guess you can credit Tucker Carlson for it, because he is the one that showed everybody that this man was literally escorted through the Capitol building by these cops. And I just happened to catch it. I didn't save it because, like I say, I was concentrating on the Trump thing. There was a real short video of people acting like cops at J6 that were also riling up the crowd. In fact, they had bottles of stuff they were spraying the crowd too, acting like cops. This guy, one guy had on like a protection vest or something like that with one of those badges that you hang around your neck. And then the other guy that he gave this water bottle to and everything, or whatever was in the bottle, I don't know what. He said, yeah, you can spray him, as he was handing it to him, was in full police garb. But he didn't have a hat. He didn't have any head covering. So, let's see. January 6th undercover officer. We go undercover as Antifa in the crowd. Yeah. Okay. You saw it too then, Super Trucker. Okay, let me read the Speaker McCarthy thing. Like I say, really good news about the QAnon, Jacob Chansley. He's not the QAnon shaman. They gave him that name, especially since there's no such thing as QAnon. Speaker McCarthy releases statement. Alvin Bragg has irreparably damaged our country. The American people will not tolerate this injustice. Well, we'll see about that. Now, what do you want to bet? This guy starts talking about, oh, they're only coming after me because I'm black. What do you want to bet he gets racial with this bullshit before it ends? George Soros and the communist left indicted former President Donald Trump on Thursday, the leading contender in the 2024 race for United States president. Tonight, America was forever changed. The enemies from within are emboldened to destroy America and all that it stands for. Republican Speaker Kevin McCarthy released a powerful statement following the announced indictment of President Trump tonight by Soros-funded New York City DA Alvin Bragg. That man right there, on the right. That, of course, you guys recognize old baggy eyes over there. Alvin Bragg has irreparably damaged our country in an attempt to interfere in our presidential election. As he routinely frees violent criminals to terrorize the public, he weaponized our sacred system of justice against President Donald Trump. The American people will not tolerate this injustice, and the House of Representatives will hold Alvin Bragg and his unprecedented abuse of power to account. I guess that was Speaker McCarthy's tweet, because they just put a picture of the same thing that I just read. Well, I hope that somebody does something, because this is not cool. And it's not right, and it's against, I'm actually, I'm out of words. We all know what the deal is. The only thing that that comes to mind also too, as far as that goes, is that everybody was saying it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. In fact, even Styx Hexenheimer said, nah, they won't do it. They're not going to do it. They don't have anything on him. And he's usually right about this stuff. Of course, you can't tell the future. Nobody can tell the future. So I like with anybody else, with Styx Hexenheimer, I just told him, hey man, we got to wait and see. But he'll say that too. He'll tell you that too. He gives you his opinion, but he'll tell you, he'll actually tell you, yeah, but we got to wait and see. But he says, I don't think anything's going to come of it. I think even Steven Crowder said something to that effect. I didn't get a chance to watch this whole thing though. But when it happened, when he announced it on that Friday, let's see. Glenn Beck goes scorched earth, puts on a MAGA hat on live TV after Trump indictment. Yeah, as I say, again, and I know I keep repeating this. I'm sorry, but I'm actually reminding myself as well that we want to do. Let me know. And let me know if you want to do another online protest. I'll be happy to host it, but probably not tomorrow. Maybe Saturday, because I don't have to work. This is my last Saturday off for a couple of months, so maybe I can do it on Saturday. Let me know. I appreciate any help, any suggestions, and of course I want people to be there. Do I need to share the link again, or are you guys just over the chitsy? Should I get rid of it? Let's see. Out of all the people to arrest, they must have forgotten Bill Gates was alive. How about the criminals in their city, in their state, the people that they're letting out with no bail, that are going out just to terrorize and rape and kill more people? Because that's exactly what they're doing. You know, meanwhile, they're trying to convince us that the only people that are getting that done to them are the trans people and the black people. And if that was actually the case, it wouldn't be, you would never see anything else. It would be on the air constantly. We would know every single person's name. We would know almost everything about that person, how absolutely wonderful and brave they were, and how absolutely awful it was for any of this stuff. I mean, you guys know. You guys know, we would, if literally that was actually happening, we would never hear the freaking end of it. It would be all over the news. Every news story would be talking about it. And of course, you'd hear even more of the other side as well. Oh, look at the racist this and the racist that. But no, this is not happening. Exactly, Laura. How about the TikTok nurses? Yeah, like I say, they were just bored. Take it from somebody that was actually in the hospital at the very beginning of when this shit started happening, when they locked everything down and closed everything out. I was there for almost a week because I had a heart attack 2 weeks at April 1st. In fact, that's coming up, what, tomorrow? In my 3-year anniversary for my heart attack. Oh, okay, Saturday. In fact, what a good day to have a protest. My 3rd anniversary of my heart attack. Hopefully it won't give me another one. Anyone who was on the Lolita Express, the British royal family, what Trump did was like a minnow. Fauci is a blue whale. Yeah, but they're all on their side. They're all on that side. And it was something that my dad and I discussed over this course of 2. We see it because of the fact that we are Christians and we are conservatives and everything like that. The progressives, if you will, are taking advantage of our philosophy and our mantra of turn the other cheek and love and stuff like that. Courts are asshole. Yes. Somebody else gave me a link too. Let me see. You guys are so fast on this chat. So, yeah, he was QAnon, whatever you want to call him. Jacob Chansley. He's a veteran. Oh, goody, I'm starting to stutter now. Okay, yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I'm glad I'm not the only one that saw it, because that actually just came across my feed while I was looking for the stuff for Trump. Yeah, see, they're paying more attention to Meghan Markle as a liar than they are. I would venture, I would have expected this indictment to be trending no matter what I pull up here. And I've seen it once or twice when I pulled it up. Everything else is Meghan Markle. To hell with that bitch. All right. What does this say? January 6th undercover officer. We go undercover as Antifa in the crowd. If you still have a doubt, January 6th was a setup. Yeah. I never had a doubt from day one. I've never believed, I've never trusted the government with any of this stuff. So, there you go.
Well, we go undercover as Antifa in the crowd. So, can you put that back in? All right, thank you so much. Yep. It feels better. You guys get sprayed. Here.
Now I gotta ask a question about this. Now, again, I'm a very skeptical person, as you guys know. Why would this guy video this and then release it for this? In fact, he's got it on still, but oh, okay, he laid it down and the clouds are moving. So I guess he didn't realize he didn't turn it off. But that's like, oh, okay, there we go. But yeah, why would this guy record this and then release it? Is he feeling remorseful? And actually, if you saw that, he pretty much showed his face. I mean, he had a mask on, but you can recognize people if they know them well enough. Let's see. I had a bear too. Okay, you guys are talking about guns, or no, not guns, bows. I love archery. It's a little tiring, but I like archery. I'd like to get back into it again if I can. I used to do it a long time ago. Everything is fake and gay. Yeah, you're pretty much right there, SMJ. Propaganda. Guess who planned the Capitol invasion? Well, I'm sure she wasn't alone. Well, okay. This first comment right here asks the same thing that I did. You think an undercover officer is going to start video footage and then divulge essentially that it was all a setup? Does anyone stop to think that this makes sense? People see videos and automatically think it's real. Videos can be clipped and doctored the same way pictures can. True. Very true. As I say, that was my first question. Why would this guy, if this was their plan and everything, why would this guy do that? Why would he video it? Now, you know how they manipulate people and things going on and everything like that. And of course they lie their asses off most of the time. All of the time. So what's to say that this guy didn't... The only thing I can think of actually as far as that, which would make sense, is that this guy recorded that for his own protection against the people that he's working for. Because they don't have any loyalty. They wouldn't, if anything happened, they wouldn't protect him. In fact, they might even turn it around and make him look like one of the bad guys if he doesn't do exactly like they say or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I could think of for actually doing something like that, because that's not something you go around telling everybody. So he either didn't believe in the cause and he wanted to protect himself, or he's just a dumbass. I mean... So the feds go undercover as Antifa, who are pretending to be Trump supporters, and then Antifa, some are undercover feds, create a riot. Then the Trump supporters get arrested. Many in a public social media dragnet. Did I miss anything? Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I say they're doing this. I believe that they're doing this directly to Trump now to try and drum something like this up again. They know what we did the last time. They know what they were able to do to us the last time. They're going to try and do it again. Because everyone's seen that the January 6th, even with that small amount that's gotten out just by Tucker Carlson, everybody's seen that the January 6th was a setup. It was bullshit. It was provoked. And still, 99% of the people didn't do anything but walk through and were let in and escorted through. In fact, I tried to find, if anybody has that, let me, if anybody has a link to that or anything like that, show me the funny thing, the funny one where they say, welcome to the insurrection, and make sure to pick up literature, and don't forget to put your cans in the garbage or whatever, stuff like that. It was like a tour, like a Disney tour guide talking or whatever like that. Does anybody have that? I tried to find that because I wanted to show my dad because it's hilarious. It was hilarious and very, very creative, and I think he would have gotten a kick out of it. I like making my dad laugh. He's not in the best of health shape either, so let's see. The same people who want to stop saying the F word have literally the F word on display behind them. Okay, if you say so. I'm not real sure what you're talking about. The bundle. Oh, okay. Bundle of sticks. Oh, okay. You guys are talking to each other again. Okay. Where are we? Oh. Time's not going by as fast as it usually is. I'm not going to complain because I'm always complaining about time going by too fast. But at the same time, probably just feels that way. You got to tell me, am I in slow motion? I feel like I'm in slow motion. So the undercover feds are the real J6 insurrectionists. How did the J6 community miss this? Big time setup. How did they miss this? Come on! They didn't miss it. They planned it, and then they worked around it. It's the same thing that they did. They heroized. No. What? I just made that word up. But they made a hero out of the guy that shot the female veteran. He used the same excuse for, oh, I couldn't see her hands. I didn't know what she was doing. I thought she had a gun in her backpack. I mean, he made all kinds of excuses, and they turned him into a hero and literally announced to the world that this guy saved thousands of lives by killing that lady through the window. So So the Drunken 451 show is 451 here. Drunken Rocky. Thank you for the donation. You get one of these. I appreciate it. And like I say, if you want to support the channel, like I say, I've got you can super chat me on Odysee. You can super chat me on Rumble. I almost said Grumble. Oh yeah. You can super chat me on Rumble. You can join my milkshake club on Odysee. I've got Cash App and PayPal, and all my links are below. Every little bit goes back into the show so that I can make it better for you. And I can afford to pay for the phone line. Okay, makes you wonder if the officers that died days after J6 were threatening to blow the whistle on the whole thing. Yes, that was another question that came to mind as well. I think fast. Of course, I'd forgotten about it until he mentioned it. But yeah, it was actually something that I had mentioned to my dad earlier when we were talking about it too. Because they're still trying to propagandize us by telling us that they died in the debacle. Which nobody did. Except for, what is her name? I've forgotten her name. Cole, welcome to the show. Ebtide, welcome to the show. Like I say, if I've forgotten you or anything like that, let me know. I try to see everybody, but I tell you what, I love it, but I also have trouble keeping up with it. The chat on Odysee goes pretty fast. FBI scripted J6. Yeah, well, like I say, that's becoming more and more and more and more and more apparent every day. And again, just another ploy, plot, whatever you want to call it, to try and get rid of Donald Trump, who they absolutely adored and begged for money before he decided to run for president. And of course, I'm pretty sure that a lot of these guys have got it in their mind that they think that he's not worthy because he didn't go up through the ranks. Because, you know, a lot of these guys started from like being aides to judges and aides and you know, staff to some of these people that are in office and that were in office when they were younger and stuff like that. I mean, they rose up through the ranks in a couple of situations. And of course, they got backing and they were, you know, I guess, I'm sure you guys know the drill as far as that goes. Washington and all of these three-letter agencies actually seem to be revolving doors anymore. Super Trucker says, I know where the turkeys live. Yeah, me too. Washington, D.C. Oh no, those are asses, aren't they? Neither one can fly. Imagine that a cop. Yeah, this is the thing I saw earlier. Believe it or not, I saw this on Facebook. I'm surprised it didn't. I'm surprised they didn't censor this. Imagine that a cop shoots. Imagine that a cop shoots a black man and says, "I couldn't see his hands. I didn't know if he had a gun. I didn't know what was in his backpack, and I didn't know what his intent was, so I shot him." BLM, liberals, and the media would lose their freaking minds. He's not wrong. Those are the statements made about Ashley Babbitt. Thank you. By Michael Byrd, the Capitol police officer who shot and killed her and has been exonerated. They left out that he's been heroinized for it or heroized for it. He's been made a hero for it too. Oh, Mar-a-Lago is trending. Let's see what's happening at Mar-a-Lago. Breaking 3 hours ago. Yes, we knew that, Stu. Live stream. TGP's Joe Hoft is heading to Mar-a-Lago to report on the protests supporting Donald Trump. All right, people are already protesting, and of course they won't be bothered at Mar-a-Lago unless they make trouble. Let's see, Gateway Pundit. Live stream. Joe Hoft is heading to Mar-a-Lago to report on the protests supporting Donald Trump outside his Florida home. On Thursday night, the New York City DA, blah, blah, blah. We got that already. The Gateway Pundit's Joe Hoft. Okay, he's one of their journalists. Protesters are outside of the president's home with MAGA flags and U.S. flags in support of Donald Trump. Good, good. That's exactly where you should be. Don't go anywhere near the blue areas. Okay, and be ultra careful because they don't have any qualms coming in the red areas and trying to make you look bad either. They won't. So don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Where did that come from? Let's see. Salty Maya Jamison says, The Telegraph, the English countryside will be studied by hate crime experts to establish whether it harbors rural racism. Are you kidding me? Experts to study English countryside to say if it's racist. You can't make this shit up, people. You just can't make this shit up. These people are insane. Actually, that brings me to another story that I actually heard. I got a chance on the way, the very last leg of my trip, I actually got a chance to listen to some liberal hive mind. And another story that you can't make up. I don't know if any of you guys listen to him or watch him or anything like that, but the NAACP in Florida has unanimously voted to ask the national branch of the NAACP to ask for travel restrictions for black people to Florida. Because they want to try to protect these people from all the horrible, horrible racism that's going on in Florida right now against black people. Once again, if that was actually happening, don't you think we would be hearing about it constantly? The only person that seems to be whinging about it is Joy Reid. And she's just a puppet. She just reads what somebody else writes for her anyway. Hal, welcome. Welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you being here. Cole Salty Hooker says, P.S. Wasn't sure you'd see it, so I didn't say hi. Well, apparently you did. So hello. Yes. I'm trying to pay attention. Tweak. Welcome to the show, Tweak. Yeah, I actually just shut down the Jitsi. I actually had opened up a Jitsi so everybody could help me catch up on all of this stuff because of my trip. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know what I did this week. and like I say, I got here 30 minutes before I was supposed to open the show. So, and I'm so tired. That's okay though. I couldn't let y'all down. And I promised myself if I got back in time, I would do this, even if I was a little bit late myself. So appreciate everybody being here for me and with me and helping me out with this and talking about this stuff on chats and everything and sending me the links and everything. Let's see. Where is the live feed? Oh God, Facebook. Yep. The content isn't available right now. Yeah, that was the wrong place to try and live feed something like that. I can't believe they're not live feeding it on Twitter. And doesn't Gateway Pundit have its own YouTube or Rumble? Okay, well, Donald Trump is at Mar-a-Lago absorbing the indictment vote, which his aides were caught off guard by on Thursday, according to several people close to the former president. From the New York Times. No names or anything, they're just speaking for him again. Donald Trump is indicted in New York live updates. Mr. Trump will be the first former president to face criminal charges. The precise charges aren't even known yet? Come on! Well, that line right there should prove how much absolute crap this is. I'm done. I will proceed to play with the hens. Oh, okay. Yes, you guys with the chimkins. How cool. I hope to get some someday. Okay, here you go. Reuters is broadcasting it here on Twitter. In fact, they have 548 viewers at the moment. It started about the same time I started the show.
You guys are getting some good shots. Everybody's like, you're on TV.
We need a Bundy Ranch style defense of Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, I was going to say, once again, I'm going to remind you guys as far as that goes too, and it's very vague, but you guys know what I mean. The Constitution actually has things spelled out for this kind of thing as far as that goes. I know nobody wants to try and do that kind of thing, but it has to do with the Second Amendment. And you know what? Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. I'm not condoning anything. I'm just reminding you. What if President Trump refused to leave Mar-a-Lago? DeSantis says Florida won't assist in the extradition to Manhattan. What would happen next? Legal experts weigh in. Nick Adams. Where's the link, dude? Oh, actually, I did show my dad this video. He got a kick out of it. We're a huge Monty Python fan. He said they left out a part, but I don't remember what he told me they left out. Live from Mar-a-Lago, as Trump's lawyer says he's been told of the New York indictment making up. This was 2 hours ago. Sky News for 1 hour and 7 minutes and 56 seconds. Looks like they videoed the water side of his estate over there, Mar-a-Lago. Oh, can anyone tell me why the flag's at half-mast? Is that for the Nashville people, or did someone else die? That someone that, like in the government or in military or something like that. What happened? Why? Because I've seen a few. I've only seen a few flags at half-mast, but I noticed his is at half-mast. Does anybody know why? Probably. I've watched several guys on the boob tube. Yeah. Oh, you guys are talking about your bows and arrows. Yeah, I love doing that stuff. It's kind of cool because it's really primitive. You really have to have some major control to make that work properly, and some good muscle tone too. So, and I like it because it's a challenge. Call to activism. That's a blue check. I don't follow them. We're Democrats working to save democracy. Pew Research and the New York Times credited us with diminishing MAGA on a social media. We help Democratic candidates win. Just in. This was 2 hours ago. Donald Trump was completely caught off guard and was surprised by the news of his indictment. I'm sure that's the actual picture. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm seeing way more lefty stuff on here on Twitter right now than I am righty stuff. I'm not sure why. Except for the fact that I even put it this way, Elon Musk is not your friend. How about that? Flint kidnapping looks like it would take some practice. Yeah. Or Flint napping, sorry. Every day is half-mast day in clown world. Remember, kids, if she has an Adam's apple, she has a banana. Good way to put that. Just chilling, Cole. Okay. Grizzy, wake. Okay, yeah, I said hello to you earlier. Let's see. Nobody? Nobody knows why the flag's at half-mast? I'm pretty sure it's not because of the indictment. I mean, that would be stupid. Trump's a little bit more patriotic than that. Your local park has a flag. It's been at half-mast since 2021. Now, I know that some of them were doing it for a couple of weeks or something, or for a week or something like that, to honor the, supposedly, I think, to honor the COVID-21 deaths. Are they still, are some people still, like, going along with that? But this is, it's at half-mast at Mar-a-Lago, but I also saw it at half-mast at where did I see it? It was a huge flag too. Somewhere on Highway 59. LA Sheriff is actually based. Is that Louisiana or is that LA, California? If I had to guess, it's due to the Tennessee thing. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's the first thing that actually came to my mind, because it's another thing. If somebody of any actual importance died, it would have been all over the news too. In fact, I would have seen it on one of my feeds. No, it was, in my honest opinion, because we're under a tyrant, Biden. Space Cowboy says that's because nobody stops dying. That's why. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Because the poll is twice as long. 12:05. Cute. Let's see. You look a little bit like Brad Allen. I can only see a little tiny picture, so I can't really. And of course, like I say, I can only see you with one eye at the moment. All right. Beautiful evening here at the gorgeous Mar-a-Lago. Our real first couple enveloped in the love of their friends and most loyal. Sorry to disappoint corporate media. Actually not. Screw you. This is a happiness you will never know, sadly. What? Okay. There's a good meme. That says live at Mar-a-Lago. You think that these people are celebrating that he's going to get arrested? Or whatever it is they're going to do? Let's see. 3 hours ago. Come on, why am I seeing things from so freaking long ago if this is trending right now? How's the weather in Florida? I've heard it's looking stormy at Mar-a-Lago. Yep. I swear, the left cannot meme. This is horrible. That's the worst meme I think I've ever seen in my life. Let's see. They only brought this fake, corrupt, and disgraceful change against me because I stand with the American people and they know that I cannot get a fair trial in New York. Bad night for the ketchup cleaning guy at Mar-a-Lago. Flipowski. No quarter. No quarter anymore. These people are on their own. Breaking news, Real American News. This is an hour ago. From Rikers to San Jose are happy Trump is indicted and celebrating the Trump indictment. Yeah, see, there's the hashtag, but why is it not actually trending? Trump responds. That's 3 hours ago. That was 2 weeks ago. Why am I seeing such old? Is there a setting on Twitter that I can get things in actual frickin' order? Try to search for something and you can't find it. Of course, when all is said and done, and there's already been a precedent set for this, and this is one of the things that I think that they're biting their nails about too, as far as that goes, is that just because he's criminalized now doesn't mean he can't run for president anymore. So suck on that, lefties. Flags are at half-mast due to a military helicopter training crash exercise. Okay. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Tetris, I agree. I'm not going to repeat that, but I agree with you. I agree. In fact, same person with the head of the NAACP that I talked about earlier. He is that as well. Rob Schmidt. Is he on our side? See, I'm actually having trouble keeping up with some of these names, too. They finally indicted Trump. You can indict a ham sandwich. Great day for Bragg. His embarrassment comes when the case goes down in flames. Well, he's got good lawyers. Not to mention the fact he's still got Secret Service. That's going to be an obstacle as well. Still. I believe. Greg Gutfield says, this is 3 hours ago, says Donald Trump indictment turns him into a folk hero. They just made him bigger than politics. Do you agree with him? We'll see what happens there too. Like I say, this is going down and it is extremely important, but I don't see it trending. It's something that actually should be trending at least all day on Twitter. And you've seen me refresh several times, and you don't see it on. It's not trending. I actually had to pull up the hashtag from somebody else's tweet. Something's going on here. Glenn Beck goes scorched earth. I really don't care about Glenn Beck. In fact, he still needs to prove to me, because he was an avid Never Trumper when he first came out. When Trump first came out and did all of this. In fact, it wasn't until almost 3 years, I believe, when Trump was in office, that he started coming out crying, "Oh, I was so wrong." And at that point, to me, he became controlled opposition. Controlled opposition. So yeah, I stopped listening to him. Once you lose my trust, you don't get it back. I'm just one of those type of people. I've been betrayed so many times in my life. And as I say, I believe that also is a way of God taking that kind of person out of my life. I actually do feel very, very protected by God. When I look around and see the things that are going on, and I see that me and my family can still act like me and my family, I feel protected by God. That may not be the case, but I believe it. And that's all that matters. All right. I'm sorry, I'm going to, Sir or Madam Kamer, I can't pronounce Mijin? Sorry, man. Just shared this with me now. This isn't something that's going to get me.
Now listen to me carefully on this. The truth is.
Now whether.
Now listen to me carefully on this. The truth is, I do not hate anyone. I do not hate anyone.
I've never thought he did.
I look for grace wherever I can find it. So I say this gently. The Biden administration sucks. You measure it any way you want. COVID, the economy, inflation, the national debt, the border, crime, cancel culture, treating parents like domestic terrorists. Afghanistan, our energy independence, now lost. My God. President Biden has been spectacularly awful. Now listen to me carefully on this.
All right. Well, we all knew that.
The truth is.
But thank you for the link. That was good. It was good. Actually, I love Kennedy. He is hilarious. And he seems to me to be a patriot. You know, and he also seems to be one of the only people pointing some of this shit out. But he's not wrong. He is not wrong. The thing about it is you know what? Biden has always sucked. has always sucked. From the time he was in college. Anybody that has to plagiarize and cheat and everything like that, even just to get through college, that's a loser. He sucks. He has always sucked. Not to mention the fact that what a racist he's always been. That sucks too. Why is it that we can't convince these people with his actual signature on that bill that he's the one that caused a lot of the black problems with the jails and stuff? In fact, he didn't want to do busing. Kamala Harris even called him out on it. And then she becomes vice president. You know that this is all crap. It sucks. He's not wrong. Let's see. Tetris, welcome. I think I said that already. Sorry. Seriously? Obama's in Australia right now? That's what I'm hearing. Tetris says Obama is hiding in Australia right now with Mohop. You guys know who Mohop is. Sarin says come a long way. Yeah. Science has come a long way now. We can take an Indian and a Jamaican and get an African American. Yeah. What's ever convenient. Like I say, and again, this just goes to show you also too what Trump has said. They lie, they cheat, they steal. They mostly lie. They propagate, they propagandize. It's terrible. It's bad. Toasty! Welcome to the show, Toasty. Glad to see you. I got about 18 more minutes to go. Appreciate you being here. Don't forget to share. Share. In fact, look, Glenn Beck is trending. In fact, what is it? Somebody just said, I think it was Sparky. Didn't you just say that Beck is a sensationalist? Well, that's what I say. He was so against Trump because my dad liked him at the time. I think he was a Fox News contributor or something like that, whatever like that. And he got his own show and everything like that. But as soon as Trump got into the thing and everything like that, he was avidly against Trump. Trump is this. Trump is that. And he didn't know. But then he came out a couple of years later after Trump pretty much proved himself, and he literally bawled, crying on this live stream or whatever it was. So sorry that shut up. No. I'll never trust you again. Another reason why I stopped listening to Ben Shapiro. He's still a never Trumper. He's another one also too that's propagating or propagandizing or propagating that DeSantis is going to run for president this time around. When we know so far it has not come out of the horse's mouth. Like I say, I'll believe that when I hear it come out of DeSantis' mouth. And there's plenty enough people that have said that have heard him say he's not going to. All I can say is if he does, it's going to be the same situation that it was with Biden. If you'll remember, before the election, Biden wasn't even in the running. A whole shit pot full of people had put their hat in the ring. He was last minute. If you'll also remember, Obama didn't even endorse him until he was the candidate. So, I mean, there's that. It was literally, like I say, in fact, I believe I had heard Biden at one point say that he wasn't going to run this time or for 2020. And then all of a sudden he was number one in Iowa. It's like, what? Actually, I got to be honest with you. It still blows my mind, but this is also another thing that tells me that Charlemagne the God is a leftist hack for the, he's owned by the leftist media or whatever like that. Absolutely blew my mind. And I actually watched this live for some reason. Like I say, I get this stuff sometimes, but it literally blew my mind that Charlemagne the God put up with that statement. If you don't know whether you're for me or Trump, you ain't black. So still, absolutely blows my freaking mind that Charlemagne the God didn't clap back at that somehow. But it's another one of those things that tells me that he's on the left. He's going to protect that side no matter what. He's one of their slaves. He's one of their slaves. He may be high paid, but he doesn't speak his own mind. Let's see. Somebody said something. I wanted to read it out. Note to self: bite into caramel. Did you break a tooth? Tetris says yes. Obama and Mohap are in Australia on a speaking tour. Don't roast my toast. Put it in the toaster. Oh, I saw something I wanted to read and now I can't see it. Now I lost it. I've never watched Glenn. I've probably seen clips of him report this or that. Well, like I say, for the longest time he was a never Trumper. Even like I say, almost 2 to 3 years into his presidency. Trump is this, Trump is that, Trump is this, Trump is that. And then he got online all of a sudden changing his mind and he literally cried about it. Yes, you're right, Foggy. Of all the things that were caused by the Rothschild and the Rockefeller and their friends, that potato just does children. He at least sniffs them in public. He can't seem to keep his hands off of them. He can't seem to keep his nose off of them. I do understand that babies and children smell good, but that is so inappropriate. Unless you're their parent. That is so inappropriate. And again, as his mind goes, that kind of thing actually comes out with no filter, if you will. You guys, stop bashing each other in the comments. You're supposed to be helping me, damn it. Anyway, adult human female is trending. Of course, like I say, this is another also too distraction. How many reports have we seen now that nobody else covers except for the left? Except for the right talking heads. A lot of the right talking heads. How many admissions? How many pieces of information and things have we found out about the Biden crime family? How many? In fact, wasn't it Hunter himself that admitted they received a bunch of money from China? Not to mention what was on their books, emails, yada yada yada. You know. So I'm sure that this is don't look over there. Don't look over there. Look over here. Look over here. Trump is bad. Orange man bad. Orange man bad. Orange man bad. He didn't do anything, but Orange man's bad. And they don't even have any. They don't even have anything officially to charge him with. So again, if this particular thing doesn't go up in flames for the New Yorkers, we officially live in a banana republic. And don't forget the Constitution and the Second Amendment. That's all I can tell you. I used to watch Hannity a little. He made me laugh once. No. Once you hit the pipe enough, the filter's gone. Which pipe would that be, 1205? You guys are funny. Tweak. Timph. Are you talking about Cat Timph? She's a little tiny thing, isn't she? But she's definitely got a good sense of humor, because he constantly talks about how alcoholic she is, like she's some kind of a wow woman. He was talking about Biden sippy cup time, story time, nappy time, Joe. Yeah. Space Cowboy says, crazy petite women are my type. She's lost a lot of weight. I watch her quite often. I do like Greg Gutfeld. I gotta say, he's not as funny as you would think he should be or whatever like that, but I don't care as long as he's got more viewers than the lefties. As long as he's because at least he doesn't lie, from what I can tell. And again, you gotta have a sense of humor. One of the reasons why they take away a sense of humor is because your humor literally is critical, no matter what it is. In fact, John Cleese even said this. All humor is critical. And it makes you take a look at yourself. It makes you take a look at things. And even if you're looking at the bright side of them, you're still finding out what's actually happening in real life. But of course, another thing also too, they want to take away humor because they don't want anybody to be allowed to criticize them. And by them, I mean our representatives and the people that are in charge. And I put air quotes around them because it's ironic. It's not actually the case. We're in charge. We're in charge. We need to take that charge back. Yes, Grizzy to the Max says, humor transcends the bullshit. It's pretty hard to control people if they all laugh together. And know that it's okay to poke fun at each other and still be friends and still be, you gotta keep a sense of humor about yourself, because you're never going to be perfect ever. Not everybody's always going to like you or love you or want to be by you. You can't let that bother you. You can mock that so that it doesn't bother you so much. I mean, because the people that have no sense of humor, they don't have any problems mocking you or calling you horrible names or doing the other side of comedy, which is, looking at something and turning it into terror or horror or bad things or whatever like that, which they don't have any qualms about their sense of humor, if you will. Why should we? And of course, you guys know that's my shtick on this program, the First Amendment, the most important. If you quash that, we have nothing else. That's how things get worked out. But that's also one of the reasons why people try to silence, because they don't want it worked out. They just want it their way. They want the power. Jim Bauer? Do you mean Jim Brewer? I've never heard of a Jim Bauer. Is there a Jim Bauer? Extreme regret hot sauce. Yes, you can keep that, Super Trucker. I like my mild hot sauce. I eat Cajun Chef and Frank's. Rush is my all-time favorite band. Mine too. Love Rush. In fact, on I've got a Rumble channel with some of my cover music on it, and I did. Somebody requested me to sing Rush at one of the karaoke shows that I hosted, so I did, and I posted that. It wasn't too bad. I think I've had a lot of people tell me I sound just like him, or that I can sound just like him. So I've got my impressions that I can do, just not Trump. And I've never tried to do a whole lot of political people. I can do Tony. Follow the Soyans. I can't remember his last name. I'm about out of it, guys. Nah, there's no way to call in. I don't have the phone lines up, hun. I'm sorry. I had the Jitsi up, but I don't have it up anymore either. Nobody came. I actually thought everybody would jump at the chance to do a jitsi with me about this to help me out. But you guys have been helping me out, and you've managed to help me fill out all this whole 2 hours of all of this with your links and everything. And these are the most important things actually that are happening. I'm not sure. The thing with the QAnon being let go the same exact day that Trump they decided to indict Trump. I don't know if that's just a coincidence or if that was planned as well. I mean, I don't put anything past these people anymore. Once again, I also feel like that might the shaman person being let out might be a distraction for what they're doing to Trump, because one of the things that a lot of the right pundits have been saying is that this is going to get America's attention even on the left side. So if they do this and they hide it from a lot of these people and they don't know about it, you see what you see where I'm going with this? So yeah, that's why I say share, share, share. Gotcha, Sparky. No problem. Hey man, nothing's ever mandatory with me. I'm happy-go-lucky. I do my own show. I'm a big girl. I can handle myself most of the time. Oh, look. Stormy Daniels is now trending. That's why I say I think this is another way to keep this the actual heavy weight of what is actually going on from a lot of the public, because I think they do know that even some of the left and even some of the Democrats and a lot of the independents will be affected by this. In other words, they're doing this while still not trying to turn him into a martyr over it, if that makes sense. That's what just came to my head. Sorry, I think I might have gotten that from somewhere, but that's how I'm seeing this, because like I say, that of all things, Trump indictment should be trending, and you've noticed at least I've only done it 2 times. Yeah, classy, huh? Classy. This is the first thing that comes up with Stormy Daniels trending. Kathy, you know better than this. I guess she's not afraid of those white producers and these white, older white men getting on her case about this anymore. Well, both of these women can go fuck themselves as far as I'm concerned. And the fact that she's trending right now, that's why I say this is all bullshit. All of it, every single one of it, every single bit of it. And again, this also proves to me that Elon Musk and Twitter are still not what everybody thinks it is, or the haven that people are thinking it is. Hell, they've already deleted Reverend Rant for life. Or banished him, or whatever it is, for life. Drunken Rocky just posted. Yeah, come on, go on over there. We got about a minute. I actually, like I say, you guys know how I feel about this. You guys, I thank you guys for helping me out with the show tonight. Like I say, I try to work as hard as I can for everybody else. I aim to serve, which is what we're supposed to do as people, children of God. I'm not going to call myself a Christian as far as that goes, because everybody contends it with some kind of religion, and religion is not God, and God is not religion. I can see why people have problems with religion in itself, because you get into a belief system, and a lot of times it does not follow the Word of God. So I'm a child of God, child of Christ. Period. That's how I'm going to identify myself if I have to. But that's who I serve. Everyone eventually is going to have to choose a master. I chose mine a long time ago. Adam, thank you so much. I love you all too. Much, much love. And I appreciate all you guys being here tonight. Appreciate the donations. I appreciate all the comments. I'm sorry I was out of it. I hope that you guys enjoyed the show. I appreciate that. Don't forget to head over to the Junk and Rocky show, and make sure that you're supporting all the people on the Pure Blood guide. Make sure that at least you click on them and share them or comment or give them money or whatever else it is, because if this goes through, we're going to have to unite even harder than we have. And I'll be in touch, I guess, about Saturday. I might actually wait until Monday to do it. I don't know. I'm going to watch the news as best as I can in between naps, I guess. As far as that goes and everything like that, for the second online protest, I'll start a Jitsi just like we did the last time and get it all together and everything like that. Start early in the morning and try to go all day and try to get people in and try to get people watching and people with us and supporting. If nothing else, supporting. Peaceful protest. That's what it's all about. That's what they want. That's what they keep asking for. That's what they keep begging for. Peaceful protest. That's what it's going to be. With no setups and no FBI bullshit. None of this crap that they're trying to trap us into. Because like I say, I think that's one of the main things. Everything else is going to be lanyap as far as that goes. But don't go to any of these blue areas. Don't go to to New York. Don't go to the courthouse or any of the other stuff to go and protest any of this stuff, because that's when they're going to try and set you up. Mar-a-Lago's perfect. Do it from your homes. Do it, like I say, join us. Okay, because I'm planning on doing another protest, because again, this is bullshit and this is what we need to do. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. That's about it for me. I hope you guys have peace, love, health, and music. Thanks so much for everybody being here and everything. You guys have a great week. And until next time, AMF.